Affinity Health Services is based upon our core values. We take care of delicate situations with families, with the residents. We have staff that are dedicated and committed, and we have to continuously be honest, open, and transparent, and that drives integrity. I'm Denise McQuown-Hatter, President and CEO of Affinity Health Services. I had to have my arm twisted to be a part of starting Affinity Health Services. I wasn't that person that had to own their own business, but here we are, 30 years later. The We Care concept took shape when I started to spend more time in the personal care homes, assisted livings, and the independent living. I thought it was extremely important to make sure they knew that they were being heard. So We Care was the tool that we used to make sure that we were listening. We Care stands for welcome, open communication, empathy for situations and relationships, compassion in our daily actions, actions speak louder than words, respect for one another, and exceed expectations. This is what we strive for every day. We Care has a lot of meaning within our organization. It's so important. It's an honor and a privilege for someone to give you their person at that time and trust you. So, that's how I've always looked at it and always talked to the staff about, think about how important we are at this stage of the game. And, let's just always bear that in mind whenever we're, delivering care.
Nurses, we have to have integrity. We have to make sure that our documentation, that our communication is true, right, and real. We don't compromise integrity. We do the right thing. We do it every time. We even have those hard conversations, we still do the right thing. And that's kind of one of the core values of Affinity is to, that integrity and that honesty and that compassion.
We Care to me, for my role at Affinity, means everything. It's the phone call on the front line for the We Care hotline. So it's getting that first call, talking to the residents that they didn't like the temperature. And I've called the administrator. They've turned around their car and went back to make sure that things were okay.
Where I saw the We Care philosophy in action is in an experience that happened during the pandemic. It was a very challenging and very sad time. And what they decided to do was set up some bird watching stations in their courtyard, which was beautiful to begin with, but here was a distraction and a welcome distraction. And they asked people to donate seed and things like that, and it really got very interactive, and for a very difficult time, it was a lovely way to connect with the beauty of the earth and to understand that we were all going to get through this together.
We had a resident that was with us for about 8 years, and her husband would come and see her often, almost every day. They were married for 62 years. She got very ill, and he wasn't handling it well, and we were there for him like his own family because he didn't have family around, so we supported him. We were with her and him during her last moments. We embraced them into our family and just helped them as much as we could get through the tough time that they were going through.
Well, I was probably on the ground floor of that company starting, and I feel like I was included in a lot of the implementation of the different things that were needed for long-term care. In my opinion, Affinity is much more involved with the individual care for the residents. They care about them morally, physically, and ethically.
When I first met Denise with Affinity Healthcare, and this was 25 years ago, and we sat down and talked about utilizing functional pathway services in her facilities, it wasn't a business discussion. The discussion that we had was all about patients and all about residents and all about family members. And it was clear at that point that Affinity really took the We Care seriously, and that's been over a 25-year period of time.
30 years within any company is an astonishing accomplishment, but 30 years within this industry speaks volumes to, I think, the leadership of the company. Denise specifically has hired the right people, and that has been a great thing for clientele that we serve, our mission, and how we handle the day-to-day operations, or oversee the day-to-day operations of our clients. You really can't do that without building the company on a solid foundation. There's not one of us that can't step in at any given time to help a family member. No matter what our role is, we all have the ability to talk to families, hear their concerns, kind of work through their questions to make sure that they leave that conversation with a better understanding.
I think Affinity Health Services really sticks out because they bring their core values to the table. They have integrity, they build relationships and have accountability. They'll always have follow-up, be able to get into the details and specifics. It's not somebody that's looking to just have a quick interaction or not care and be invested in what they're doing, and that's where they find that balance and they strive for excellence. So I think that sticks them above and beyond some of the other providers in the space where they operate.
I think a differentiator for Affinity Health Services is the fact that they offer consultative services and the business products they offer to serve their clients, but also have the boots on the ground through their management services. So they do have a true picture of what goes on in our senior living providers. They're in it day to day, so they really do know and can offer really sound, current best practices.
I'm so proud to be a part of Affinity Health Services' 30-year journey. I've been able to see this I've been in long-term care for 32 years. So I've been familiar with Affinity Health Services and their philosophies, their way of dealing with people, and the way that they value and respect the individuals that work for them and the individuals that they provide care to.
Why it's remained so strong over the years is the leadership. They have, time after time, come through with solutions to problems.
We have confidence in Affinity because we've been with them for 20 years. I feel we have open communication. We're very transparent, so we can continue to work as a team. And I think they also are very responsive to what needs to be changed and what needs to be worked on. And that also is very reassuring from my perspective.
Candace has amazing depth. Candace is a clinician. She's an operator. She has a strong financial mind. She's a clinical nurse, legal consultant. And she was at my side whenever We Care was created. As Candace steps into the President CEO role, I can assure you that her amazing depth is going to be very much embraced by the team. So I have a lot of confidence in her coming into this role, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for her, and I'm excited for Affinity.
Part of my feeling right now is I'm a little scared because I don't know Affinity without Denise. At any time you say Affinity, Denise is part of that. It's just you've never really separated the two. She has been absolutely phenomenal. I have learned so much from her throughout my career, and honestly credit Denise greatly for the trajectory of my career over the past 20, 25 years. She has truly been instrumental. Moving into the CEO role, I put a lot of thought and prayer truly into whether I felt like I was the person that was capable of stepping into that role. Denise has truly set a tone that's going to be very hard to replicate for anyone.
It's been a blessing to be with Denise throughout her journey for the 30 years that she has been in operation with Affinity Health Services. Candace has been a great part of that as well. I remember as a young director of nursing going to the Padana conventions and just being inspired by both of them with their leadership, with their knowledge, just with their energy. And Candace brings the philosophy and the foundational important blocks of the Affinity way, and that is something that you can't measure, and it's very reassuring to know that she's going to be leading us into this transition.
Candace is up for a great transition into the role that she's going to be stepping into at Affinity. She's a known leader in the clinical realm in long-term care, and outside of that into the operating space. She is open, honest, always willing to support, and she really cares.
Candace is awesome. She is smart. I mean this with the highest regard, she's a tough cookie. Candace gets things done. She's also kind and loving. Both Denise and Candace, if they have something they think we may be able to help them, they pick up the phone and say, Natalie, is this something, you have a resource? Is this something Leading HPA can do and help us with? And we try to find a way to make it work. And having that relationship in the past with Denise and now with Candace, I think is great, and we're here to help her any way we can. And I think Affinity will be in great hands. And they're already in her hands to a degree, but I think with her at the helm, more great things are to come.
The fact that we're still in a building, growing mode, I'm just super excited about that. And I think that, at the 30-year mark, to really be, still in that growth mode and have, vision, to grow even further is, it's just phenomenal to be part of that.
At Affinity Health Services, we care.
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 Happy 30th anniversary to Affinity Health Services.